and Wine Festival officially opens, and I'm going to take you guys on a walk around World Showcase. Specifically, we're going on a 1 mile walk, and I've got the Runkeeper app ready to go, so I'm going to show you guys that, and we're going to get like a call out every quarter mile so I can let you know where in World Showcase that 1 mile mark is. So I hope you're ready to go. Let's dive in. Okay, let's hit start.
Activity started.
Okay, and we're gonna go right first. So we're kind of here at the entrance to World Showcase, and we're just gonna do a leisurely pace. We are not running, we are just walking. Some of the Food and Wine Festival stuff is up already. It's really cute. It's the 30th anniversary of the International Food and Wine Festival this year. So there's a special, they're bringing back a lot of different items from previous years, and they're highlighting 30 different items at this year's festival to celebrate 30 years. And there's a lot of different stuff going on. So I'm excited. I will be here on opening day. We will be showcasing as much food as we can eat, but you know, we're only human, so we can only eat so much. There will be 3 of us plus a baby eating as much as we can. So one of my friends, you want to say hi to the camera?
Yes.
This is Sydney. She is gluten-free, so she will be taste testing a bunch of gluten-free options for us. And my sister also dabbles in gluten-free items, so she'll be tasting some of that too. I'm not against gluten-free, but I do eat gluten. So we are gonna aim for probably 12 to 15 items on Thursday. And I'm hoping, you know, I like to eat healthy. This is the Healthy Disney Channel, right? So we're gonna aim for protein-filled items, items that have fruit, items that have vegetables. And then if we're gonna have a sweet treat, we're looking for those decadent treats. And we wanna make sure that they're worth the calories. So look, I'm all about some balance, whatever that means to you. If I'm gonna have a dessert, I want it to be worth the calories. So La Poutinerie is a newly reimagined booth. It used to be the refreshment port. And they have 2 different types of poutine right now, but they'll have, I think, a different one for the Food and Wine Fest. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. There's the Canada Pavilion right in front of us. Or sorry, the Canada booth, and of course the Canada Pavilion. So if you're here a few days early, they already have all of the menus up next to the food booth, so that's exciting. There's always a good filet mignon in Canada. So this is my first live video that I'm doing around Walt Disney World. I don't know if we're gonna have any copyright issues. So if we do, I'll probably leave this video up. They'll probably be fine, but I might also download it and then re-upload it with some different music over it so that you can enjoy the walk with some different music. I don't know, it's an adventure, we'll see. I hesitate to say it's cool. It's cool for a morning in Epcot as it's been so brutally hot this summer. But it is cooler. You know, it's park open. It's about 9:15 as I'm recording this. It should be almost exactly a 1 mile walk around World Showcase. So we'll get our cardio in, we'll get our steps in. What better place to get your cardio in than in Disney World, right? Before I moved to Orlando about 1.5 years ago, I used to go to Planet Fitness or wherever my gym was and get on the treadmill or the Stairmaster and pop on different YouTuber videos. And my cardio would be in Disney World. So if you don't live here and you want to live vicariously through these videos, I welcome you to do so. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, whether you're new or returning. If you have not subscribed yet, I would super appreciate it. It'll help my channel, but it will also make sure that you see this content more frequently. So if you do enjoy it, hit subscribe so that you see more videos. I do post fitness tips, food reviews, park strategies, and more all week long. Right now I'm aiming to do 2 long form videos a week, and then usually somewhere between 1 and 3 YouTube shorts a day. And then I also post those shorts on TikTok and Instagram. So whatever platform you prefer, that you can find it there. We're walking through the UK Pavilion right now. There's the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. I need to walk back through there one day. It's very rare that I like walk into the UK pavilion. I'm such a ride junkie. I tend to go for the rides and I rarely do the shows. But they are enjoyable. And there's a little like a hedge maze back there. So I do want to go check that out. I think that would be fun. Especially now that my daughter is walking. Hey, boo-boo. Hey. Yeah, girl. Where's your bow? Where's your bow?
Time 5 minutes. Distance 0.23 miles.
Okay.
Average pace 21 minutes 14 seconds per mile.
Yeah, nice leisurely pace. So we're almost at a quarter mile, a little over 5 minutes. I'm good with that. I know there's a lot of Run Disney events here throughout the year, and some of them are 5Ks, some of them are 10Ks, some of them are half marathons, some of them are called like the Goofy or the Dopey, and you do like a different race multiple days in a row, and they are named so appropriately. You won't find me there. Y'all, I love walking around Disney and I love heavy weightlifting. Strength and conditioning is my cup of tea. I'm a big fan of building and maintaining lean muscle mass. However you want to do it, whatever way you enjoy it, running is not for me. But I admire those of you who enjoy it. I know plenty of people who do. I ran cross country in high school. I hated it, but I did do it for a time. And then I ran when I was in the military just because we had to do a 1.5 mile run for our physical fitness test every so often. But I don't think I've run maybe more than a mile or two at a time in a couple of years. Okay, walking through the France Pavilion. So Ratatouille is back there on the right. Of course, there's a couple restaurants in here. That quick service Les Halles is in the back, has excellent, inexpensive food items, especially for breakfast around the World Showcase. And we're leaving France, headed into Morocco. We do have 2 food booths up here on the right. We're coming up to Brazil first. Brazil has these fantastic pão de queijo, like cheesy bread rolls. Ooh, y'all, they were good. They were very hot last year, which of course they should be. Like burned my fingers almost, but excellent. And then the Belgian booth is back there, and they had a really delicious like Belgium iced chocolate drink. Oh, it was so good. So good. So hopefully, oh, they do. They have it again. So I'll be going back to that. Entering Morocco. If you guys have a stroller, or if you have a disability and you're looking for handicap restrooms, I'm sorry, handicap is probably not the most appropriate term, companion restrooms, family restrooms. There's usually a companion restroom in every country around the World Showcase. And I've done a companion restroom video at Animal Kingdom. I haven't gotten around to the other parks yet, but it's on my to-do list. So if that would be helpful for you, or if you have any specific questions, let me know. I know there's different needs, whether it is, you have a baby and you've just got to get into the bathroom and it just doesn't necessarily make sense to go into a crowded restroom and try to find a bigger stall and then go separately to a changing station. Most of the companion restrooms do have changing tables in them, so it is appropriate to bring a child in there and change them and then go to the bathroom. I know a lot of dads need a place to bring their daughters or their little kids, and a companion restroom is very appropriate for that. Of course, if you have a wheelchair or you just need more space, it's appropriate for that. And you can always go to the baby care centers, and they've got spaces available. That being said, several of the baby care centers, they're not necessarily equipped for a bigger space if you are need to assist an adult or just a larger individual, a larger kiddo maybe with some extra needs. So just do your research ahead of time. You can find the companion restrooms and all the restrooms and the baby care centers on the My Disney Experience app. and that's always super helpful. So I'm just trying to bring a little bit more information to the table so that you can make your Disney World trip as seamless as possible. So yeah, all right, we're walking through Japan. It's a beautiful space. And the Mitsukoshi store is one of the coolest stores in this park. Really, really unique items in there. Look at that. It's a beautiful morning. It's supposed to rain this evening, but right now it's gorgeous. Mostly blue skies. Y'all, they finally announced the update coming to Spaceship Earth. So right now, oh, what are we at? We're at 10 minutes. All right, so we're at 10 minutes, almost 0.5 miles. So we're roughly a little over 5 minutes per quarter mile. Thank y'all. Walking into the America Pavilion. Oh, what do I say? Spaceship Earth. So right now, it takes you through the history of communication. And it is being updated, not right now, but it will be in the future. It was announced at the D23 Expo event. It is shifting, oh gosh, what's it shifting to? Instead of communication, human connection. So it'll be maintaining kind of the nostalgia of Epcot that it always has. But I think every scene is getting an update, and it will be focused more on human connection, which, you know, will be sad for the changes, but at the same time, it's very challenging to have a ride like that keep up with technology. You know, technology just moves so fast. The Regal Eagle Smokehouse is the quick service restaurant in the America Pavilion, and it's a great spot to stop in and grab a free ice water if you need it. And then of course Joffrey's is right outside here too if you need a coffee. There's several Joffrey's coffee shops or kiosks around all of the Disney World parks. There's a Starbucks in each park. Of course, if you're staying on the boardwalk or you want to exit the World Showcase to the Epcot resort area, you can go to the Cake Bake Shop. And there's a few other places around the park that you can get coffee too. But I do like Joffrey's. I do think in the last year or so they have improved their coffee and their cold brew. I used to think they were quite watered down, but I've really enjoyed them lately. So if you haven't tried them in a while, they're worth checking out, and they are the least expensive option when it comes to coffees, especially if you have, well, if you have the annual pass holder discount, they're gonna be your least expensive option. I think Starbucks, a tall, will probably be less expensive than the normal smallest size for Joffrey's. We good?
Yeah, so I got a toy. It's over there.
Ah, okay. There's the Italy booth. So the Italy booth and the Spain booth in the last couple of years haven't been my favorite, but it does look like they have new items for their booth. So I'm looking forward to trying some of them this year. We're entering Germany. If you haven't checked out the little town that's in here on the romantic road, please do so. It's really cute. It's kind of a little fun search and find for kids or adults. The bathrooms in Germany right now are under construction, so if you do need a restroom, you should go to a different country. Although I'm sure inside the restaurant, those restrooms are probably fine.
Was it right here?
Caramel Kusha is probably the place to go for dessert around here. I very rarely go in there because it's full of caramel filled things. And usually I can eat like a quarter of one of those treats and I just can't eat anymore. So you either have to take it to go or split it with a bunch of people. That's my big jam around here, right? Like split everything. If you want to try all the things, split everything. Oh, and let's keep an eye out. So all the trash cans around the parks have been changing. And okay, I see, okay. Cindy, come here for a sec. So because the trash cans now have like a more rounded top, they've been putting out these like tables, which is wonderful because instead of people eating on top of the trash cans for different festivals, there's now these tables that we can eat at, and they're much more aesthetically pleasing for pictures and videos. But this is just fantastic. Good call, Disney World. Yeah. Okay, we can keep going. Oh, the shade feels nice. There's a fair amount of shade in the mornings in the Germany pavilion, just saying. There's a lot of trees over here, a lot of benches, a lot of trees, a lot of tables. But yeah, those side railing tables I think are going to be key. 15 minutes. Oh, we're a little behind. Okay, so the Alps booth and the Germany booth are in between Germany and the refreshment outpost. I really enjoyed the items from the last festival at Refreshment Outpost. This is kind of your Africa section. It's not a full country pavilion, but I was impressed. This was actually, I would say this is probably my favorite booth at the last festival. There was like a Nigerian beef hand pie and a fruit, like layered Dole Whip parfait that was excellent. And it had a ton of fruit, so that was nice. I'm always looking, again, for that balance of where can I find a little bit of healthy, where can I have a little bit of fun. And usually, I would say 9 times out of 10, unless I'm planning to come to the park specifically for breakfast, I have a protein shake at home. Right now I'm drinking Orgain brand protein shakes. And I use the powder right now, that creamy chocolate fudge flavor, and I mix 2 scoops of that with about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of either 2% or fat-free milk. And that gets me about, there's 21 grams of protein, I think, in the powder. And then, you know, from the milk, probably another 8 to 10 grams of protein. So I always start my day with about 30 grams of protein. Not to say I don't eat carbs as well, but if I focus on the protein and I focus on the fiber, usually everything else falls into place pretty nicely. We are entering China. So the China booth is straight ahead. I feel like my camera is a little crooked. It's driving me nuts and I don't know how to fix it off the top of my head. That's okay. It looks like my battery is blinking on my DJI stick. Oh well. Maybe it can last another 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, so there's the China booth. China's not been my favorite booth in the last couple of festivals, but we shall see. You never know. Leaving China and entering the outskirts of Norway. So Norway has a little booth now. It doesn't have a name on it, but we are all calling it the Norway booth. And they have this bolla, right? So their school bread is like a bolla, B-O-L-L-E. And it's fantastic. I've seen a couple different iterations of it now at the different festivals. They've stuffed one of their bread rolls with Nutella, and at the last one they stuffed it with like a lemon curd. Y'all, they're good. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I did not think I was gonna like the school bread when I finally tried it years and years after I heard Disney Food Blog like raving about it. I really enjoyed it. Huh?
Who's this?
Norway.
Oh, Norway.
Yeah, with the Frozen ride. Yeah. And we're almost fully around. So we've got Norway, we're leaving Norway, we're walking up to Mexico, and that's our last country. So we'll be finishing our mile shortly. Well, I've eaten inside the Mexico Pavilion a couple times, but I've never actually eaten, that I can remember, at the quick service restaurant in Mexico to the left. So we'll have to do that at some point. We will have to. The great thing about the Mexico Pavilion is once you go inside, everything is inside, right? Like you go into the pyramid and it's nice and cool and dark. I just love the theming in there. It's really, you know, when it's hot outside, and you've just been around the chaos of people in Epcot. And don't get me wrong, it can be crowded in there, but just that kind of darker environment that it's themed to is so enjoyable. And the boat ride in there, the Grand Fiesta Tour, very rarely has more than a walk-on to 5-minute wait. Maybe 10 on like a super busy day, but it's so rare. Okay. So as we walk across this bridge, the Mexico food booth will be on the left, and then the Odyssey Pavilion.
0.93 miles. Average pace, 21 minutes.
All right.
19 seconds.
We're close to that 1 mile mark. So the Odyssey Pavilion, just there on the right-hand side of the Odyssey Pavilion, is the baby care center and the first aid area. But then inside the pavilion is the Brew Wing Lab. So that is kind of a food booth area. That's a great air-conditioned spot to go in and sit down. Keep an eye out on the air-conditioned spaces around Epcot because you're going to need them. It will get a little cooler, obviously, as the fall continues, but it's still pretty darn hot right now, like high 90s, low 100s. Okay, Australia booth is to the right. They have a really good returning roasted lamb chop. Actually, I think everything from their booth is a returning fave. Of course, another Joffrey's right here. And there are more food booths over up by Spaceship Earth and Test Track and Guardians of the Galaxy, and then over by the Imagination Pavilion with Figment and the Land Pavilion. So we're not even covering that today, but we will on Thursday. Let's see, are we at a mile yet? 0.99. Oh, we just hit it. We just hit 1 mile. So there you have it. We can stop that.
Activity paused.
There we go. You guys, we made it 1 mile around Epcot World Showcase. It's almost exactly a mile depending on where you start and stop and if you venture off of the main path. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. Do you want me to continue doing these in the other parks? And do you want me to do longer walks? Maybe we'll do 1.25 miles and then 1.5 miles and that kind of a thing, and maybe go up to a 5K if you guys like this. So that's all for now. My name is Danny with Healthy Disney, and we will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, now how do I stop it? How do I stop it? I don't know how to stop it. Can you hold that?